We're here at the Hasbro booth and we're talking to...
Greg Lombardo,
And he is...
the Senior Marketing Director at Hasbro on Transformers.
And hopefully he's going to tell us a little about the new line of toys and a little bit about his favorites and all these wonderful, wonderful bits of plastic around us. So tell us a little bit about the new line. Tell us what's the most popular.
Well, the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen movie line is basically just launched this weekend here at BotCon and around the nation. And some of the more exciting things I think that we're going to be doing are not only pretty much every character that you see in the movie, but we've got a couple special ones that we're doing. For example, for the first time in the movie world, we're doing Devastator, who, as you know, is a giant combiner of all these construction vehicles. So one of the big toys for this year is going to be the Constructicon Devastator toy. And it's basically 6 big vehicles that all convert into building up to one giant Devastator robot. It's packed with lights and sounds and really a ton of play for both kids and adults.
Yeah.
A couple of the other things that we have, our leader assortment, which is some of our bigger scale figures. We do Optimus Prime and Megatron, and as well as a new character for the movie this year is Jetfire. Who, as everyone knows, is an old Decepticon that also kind of changes sides and becomes an Autobot. So
Double agent.
yes, double agent there on the Autobot side. So those will be some of the more specific, exciting things that we have. And then also, Bumblebee has really become a very iconic character for Transformers.
He's very popular.
Yeah.
It seems like everyone I know just loves
And especially not only the adults but the kids too. And so what we found is in the first movie we did some role play toys where kids can kind of dress up. They did a lot of Optimus Prime, and we didn't really do much on Bumblebee. So this year we've got a new Bumblebee voice mixer helmet where you can get this full helmet that goes on your head and you can talk through a speaker like Bumblebee, as well as a Bumblebee blaster. So now, you know, kids are going to be able to go around and save the universe this fall as Bumblebee.
Yeah, I was telling them earlier that I'll be chasing my neighbor's kids around the neighborhood with that.
There you go. Halloween, you're already covered.
Oh yeah, totally. Awesome. So what's your favorite?
I think, you know, probably my favorite toy of all time would have to be the original Soundwave. We actually are doing a Comic-Con exclusive this year based on the original Soundwave mold, so that's one that you might see in the booth here. But I just thought it was cool as a kid, you know, a tape deck that turned into a cool robot, and he had the little tapes that shot out. It was just cool. And also in the show, he had such an awesome, like, iconic voice that I think, you know, he was kind of the standout character for me growing up.
Yeah, I think what makes it even more awesome is that it's a tape deck.
Yeah.
It's a tape deck. So any of you kids of the 80s out there, you know it's all about tape deck.
Oh yeah, all about the tape decks.
So what is it, other than the obvious, that makes you nerdy?
That
makes you nerdy?
Makes me nerdy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Personally, I'm a huge Rocky fan. I don't know if that does anything for my geekness, but I think just the fact that I live and die and breathe Transformers on a daily basis, I think kind of gives me a little bit of geek street cred, hopefully. So
yeah, I would have to agree with that for sure. Now, in the development of these toys, the new movies make these characters look extremely dynamic, and I would imagine that's really hard to carry through with the toys. Do you find that the demand for the look of the toys has gotten more difficult to recreate, or?
Well, the movie universe and style, it did really bring a unique challenge to designing the toys, and luckily we were able to work pretty early on with Michael Bay and his design team when they were doing early studies for the film, and before each of the movies, you know, we have designers that sit at the table with the designers for the movie and really kind of bounce ideas off each other to make sure that we're bringing out the character as well as possible, as well as making sure the parts kind of go in the right places. So it does provide a unique challenge that probably no other Transformers line has had yet, but luckily our partnership with Michael Bay's team and Paramount, along with, I think, the genius that are our toy designers and engineers, have really been able to bring out a really close to what the movie looks like in toy form. We try to say, let's try to get it 90% accurate in its car mode and 90% accurate in its vehicle mode, and hopefully, you know, it'll look like what you saw in the movie. And I think for the most part, we've done a great job of doing that.
Yeah, well, from what I've seen, yeah, it looks pretty good. Now, one thing I remember from when I was a kid, we had Transformers toys when I was a kid. And I remember fighting with them to get them to transform. I remember some of them were easy and some of them just refused to budge. Now, has the mechanism gotten better?
We've definitely gotten, I think, better at the engineering of Transformers toys, but also, you know, we recognize that as an issue as well on younger kids. So Transformers has always really been a great toy for older age kids because they have the manual dexterity to do the converting. But we've kind of expanded the line to allow for younger kids to get into Transformers as well. So you'll see things like gravity bots, for example, that literally you drive it as a car and you set it down, and an internal gearing mechanism makes it automatically transform. So
that's fantastic.
It's so easy I can do it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're just covering the ground everywhere so
Yes.
that kids of all
ages can now enjoy
including you.
Transformers. Yes, including me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your day to talk to us. Thanks for answering our questions.
No problem.
Check out our website.
Will do.
That's it, guys. Check out these toys. They're awesome.